Hey gang, and welcome to the second annual Scooby-Doo week.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
As you can see, I'm dressed up for the occasion, so let's talk about Scooby-Doo movies again this year. Since this year, we're doing a theme this year, and this year we're doing crossover movies. Movies that in the title is this character and this character. The one that kind of could be considered, might not be considered a crossover, did it because I needed one more, and it was more after I watched it, I realized that I'm like, they might not count as a crossover, but we're doing it anyway, so let's get into it. The first movie that we're tackling for Scooby-Doo week is one I just watched. It's the last one I just watched. I haven't watched all of them yet at the time of recording, the free one I need to watch, but this is the one I was kind of interested to watch, and after watching it, I'm like, this is one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies. Definitely up there, so actually way higher than I would give credit for. It's Scooby-Doo and Kiss, Rock and Roll Mystery, original movie. We're doing the Scooby-Doo Kiss movie. Kiss House in the movie, love it. If you're a Kiss fan, I think you'll have a kick out of this. And if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, if you're a fan of both, you're gonna get a real kick out of this. If you're a fan of either one, I think you'll get a kick. Scooby-Doo's fun. I like Kiss, and this is a fun crossover. And what they do with Kiss, and when we get into it, that'll be fun. But it's a good movie. If you have not seen this, I recommend it highly. One of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies. So general thoughts, I think we always have. So I like this movie really a lot. So let's get into the movie. So bullet warnings ahead. Let's talk about Scooby-Doo and Kiss. This movie is great. It starts off the movie with Scooby and them going to a Kiss concert. Most of them are dressed up except for obviously Fred, who likes a little thing called the Ask God 5. Well, I'm like, not. They did show a little clip of them actually singing, so it's them like a quartet kind of thing. I'm like, okay, Fred, that feels so like a you pick of like music. Like, I know you probably like other music as well, but that feels so like Fred sing, and also called the Ask God. I'm like, okay, Fred. Even though I'm like, they're not bad. Like technically speaking, if we're going by generally speaking, from what little clip they showed of them, like they're like a quartet singing, it didn't sound bad, but it didn't sound like it wasn't something I would go and listen to on my own. It wasn't bad, but not something I would go out of my way to listen to. But and also everybody can like what they like. I'm like, who doesn't like Kiss? Has some good music, so and in this movie you will hear a lot of Kiss music, a decent bit, because obviously you're doing a Kiss movie, you gotta have Kiss music. So that's one thing this movie does do well, plays a lot of good music, because obviously Kiss, so we get a lot of great Kiss songs. I know like almost all the songs they play. I don't know the names off the top of my head of like the exact names, but I know the songs and they're all great. Good to see Kiss. They're doing like there's a big theme park for Kiss in this ward. There's a Kiss theme park and they're going to it, and obviously there's a ghost flying around, witch thing is going around and trying to scare the people out of the park, trying to look for the stone. Some interesting stuff about that weeks later. But in the very beginning of the movie, the witch is scaring these two people who are walking on this roller coaster, and they're played by people I wasn't expecting to be in this movie, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. If you don't know who they are little characters called Jay and Silent Bob. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. I like Kevin Smith, and I like him. And then being Scooby-Doo, I'm like, yeah, I would love. Have they done like Kevin Smith? Like this dude, I don't know if they did it in the what's it called? Scooby-Doo Guess Who. It would have been cool to do an episode where they teamed up with like Kevin Smith or something. I feel like that would work. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. It was fun for them to have a little cameo in the beginning. It was just the beginning too, but it was fun with him and Jason Mewes to be in a Scooby-Doo movie or something I wasn't expecting. So kudos. The movie already starts off, and I'm like, okay, since I wasn't expecting, great, a lot more. But they get to the place. Obviously, people are running away in terror, and then obviously we get to figure out what's going on and why. Daphne was like, oh, we thought they got concerts or got tickets or whatever the case would be, and say, no, I thought we could just go there and we could get in. That's what Daphne was thinking, and like eventually they do get in. They sneak in, to solve the mystery and want to help Kiss and stuff. They go and stop obviously figure out, they finally meet Kiss and meet the guys and stuff and Kiss and figure out like, okay, we get to finally meet Kiss, and Kiss is played by the actual Kiss members, so that's cool. Seems like they're actually played by Kiss, like Gene Simmons and all them. So they're played by, I believe, I don't know, other than Gene Simmons, I don't know all the names of all the Kiss, like the real life people, what their names are other than Gene Simmons, but they all seem to be played by, he's played by, Gene Simmons played by, and I think it was fun, and the other ones I'm assuming all as well, because why would you not? So that was cool, so you get to meet them, and then we get to realize throughout the movie, when they all break up into teams, and Daphne like Star Child, she has to sing for him, like, oh yeah, you liking the hot guy, like, yeah, of this thing. Well, no, technically all you could say kind of hot. You know what I mean? The traditional, like, okay, I see what you're doing, rock and roll hot guy, gotcha. You being like a groupie and stuff, you really dig it in. And then, yeah, but we find out later that Kiss actually have powers. Yeah, they have superpowers in this. It's the version of Kiss, because I think I don't know if the Marvel, because the old Marvel comic saying they did, that one if they had superpowers. Now, but some of them versions they have like superpowers or do have stuff, and they're from a world called called Hysteria, where it's a place that in the movie they do go to at some point in the movie, and they have a big flying ship and stuff and all this shit. I'm like, I love it. It's so absurdly, and it's in like and Hysteria is in like another like dimension or something they have to get to. It's so comic booky, and I love it. Cause I'm like, I was expecting something so comic booky in this movie, the kids, Scooby-Doo movie, but eventually they go to Hysteria, and the rock that the girl is looking for, the witch is looking for, is this powerful item that all the stuff, and we find out later why the witch is actually looking for it. A little bit of things. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But obviously, Scooby-Doo and the gang have to go with them, and then they basically go into the ship and fly to there and do all this stuff, and then meet the people and all this stuff. And then when they come back, it's like, oh, they wake up when they come back. Because they get knocked out when they wake up. When they come back, they realize, oh, here's the residue from the whichever earlier. It was doing stuff to make us see things, and I was like, okay, so did that happen? I kind of wanted all that to happen because it was kind of cool. And who has the black diamond, and figure out who the witch is, and it's this girl called this security guard person. He used to do some other stuff. Also, she was using this belt, and on the belt it says Quest Industries, whatever, Johnny Quest is, dad's like Uncle Johnny Quest from Johnny Quest. I'm like, oh shit, Benton, is it Benton? I'm thinking not Benton. Who's the main guy? Johnny's dad, him, it's like one of his inventions. I'm like, that's a cool little cameo. We have not, I don't think we've gotten a Scooby-Doo, have we gotten a Scooby-Doo, Johnny Quest crossover? Because I feel like that would work so well. I don't know, they have the same vibe, but I'm like, I think it would fit well. So if we haven't got one, get on that. But we might have, because there's the Scooby-Doo Team-Up comic and stuff, so we might have gotten it at some point. If it's cool, that was a cool little cameo, like, wasn't expecting that. A lot of little things, wasn't expecting. But we find out who it is and what the Black Diamond is. And also there's this person who we see throughout the movie. We have the other suspects, there's also this guy who's like selling stuff throughout the movie. Like Kiss stuff. He was just Kiss Flashlight, $5.99, and doing all that stuff. It's fun. His own character. Wasn't him. Wasn't the main, manager or whatever, because he has no reason to do it. And like I said, we find out security guard, and also there's this other lady who's like I can see the future, and all this stuff. And in Star Trek, I can also see the future. It was one thing. But yeah, she's like a psychic, something at the park or whatever, cool. And we get all the rides. Everything is cool, and the music is great. There's a chase scene with Scooby-Doo, and, they have Leo running away from the thing in the middle of the movie. They're running away from the monster, the witch, and they're playing, Kiss music. And it's just so fun. It's all great. All, the Kiss music's all great. The movie's fun. I would enjoy it. Then at the end, when they're walking away, Scooby and Shaggy find out, oh, kids do have powers, and all that stuff is real. That actually happened. And they're do we want to tell Velma? It's do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell Velma and stuff? And it's gonna be let's rock her world or something. I'm like, okay. I like it that actually was all happened, and he just did something he didn't happen. I love how Velma also throughout the movie is trying to rationalize how all this is happening. I'm like, you just don't rationalize it yet. There's some point where you gotta be yeah, no, this is happening. But I like how they do kind of give the mistake in to be yeah, it didn't happen, but it did. But I was it's fun. I like it. Really fun. I rate this is one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies. So Scooby-Doo and Kiss, one of my favorite Scooby-Doo movies, I think. So let's, without further ado, jump into my give the rating of this movie. This is a solid movie. I don't think it's my favorite Scooby-Doo movie. Like I said, this is my favorite Scooby-Doo movie all the time. No, but it's definitely high up. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. A solid 8. It was fantastic. Enjoyed it. It's fun. It's definitely my favorite Scooby-Doo. Actually, one of my favorites. So if I like this as much, what do you guys think of Scooby-Doo and Kiss? Let me know in the comments down below. And stay tuned for the rest of the week for more 7 days of Scooby-Doo movie reviews. So you guys can always stay epic and also check out some of my other channels. There might be some on that as well. You guys can always stay epic. See you in the next video, guys. Tomorrow's video. Bye, guys. Stay epic.